She was rejected, but when I chose her, everything changed.
They called her a failure. After 10 years of marriage, they reduced her life to one cruel word: childless. Without a proper goodbye, without support, she was sent away and forgotten. But what happens when love grows in the place everyone says is forbidden? What happens when a man chooses the woman his own brother rejected? This is not just a story of marriage, it is a story of betrayal, courage, healing, and a choice that divided a family forever. Stay with me, because what happened next changed everything, and the ending will leave you questioning who was truly wrong. From the very first day my elder brother brought his wife home, she entered our family without noise or pride. She did not try to impress anyone with expensive gifts or loud laughter. Instead, she impressed us with calmness, humility, and respect. She greeted elders properly, listened more than she spoke, and carried herself with the dignity of someone who understood responsibility. In our home, where misunderstandings were common and temper sometimes flared, she became a quiet balance. She woke early, worked hard, and treated everyone fairly. Even when disagreements arose, she never raised her voice or spoke harshly. My parents trusted her. Extended relatives praised her character. Neighbors spoke well of her. In truth, if marriage success was measured only by conduct and commitment, she was already a perfect wife. As the years passed, however, one shadow began to stretch across her life in our family. Year after year, no child came. At first, it was mentioned only in whispers. By the third year, relatives began to suggest prayers. By the fifth year, advice turned into concern. By the eighth year, concern turned into pressure. And by the 10th year, everything she was seemed to disappear behind one painful question: why no child? It did not matter that she cooked, cleaned, respected, endured, and loved faithfully. It did not matter that doctors had not clearly blamed her. In our culture, the absence of a child always finds a woman first. I watched as her smiles grew thinner and her eyes carried quiet sadness. Yet she never complained. She never insulted my brother. She never blamed anyone. She carried the weight alone, even while my brother, unknown to many outsiders but known within the family, lived carelessly and unfaithfully. Still, she protected his image. Still, she endured. And still, nobody defended her enough. By the 10th year of their marriage, nothing else seemed to matter anymore. The home that once held laughter, respect, and shared responsibility was now ruled by expectation and disappointment. Every family gathering became uncomfortable. Every visit from relatives came with subtle questions. Some spoke boldly. Others used jokes that were not funny. Through it all, my brother grew distant. He began to spend less time at home and more time elsewhere.
I'm going
The
to my
patience
friend's
he once
place.
had
Don't wait
disappeared,
for me.
replaced by frustration and silence. Yet no one asked about his own actions. No one questioned his faithfulness. The burden rested entirely on the woman who had already given 10 years of her life to the marriage. Then one day, without warning, everything ended. There was no proper family meeting. No elders gathered to seek peace or fairness. No effort to protect dignity. She was simply told to pack her belongings and return to her family because she had not given birth. That was all. 10 years dismissed in a single decision. I still remember the day she left. She did not cry loudly. She did not curse anyone. She packed quietly, greeted elders respectfully, and walked away with the little dignity she was allowed to keep. What followed
He
shocked
chased
me
his
even
wife
more.
away? To her
My
father's
brother
house?
did not
That's
follow her to
unbelievable.
explain things
I
to her
have to talk
family.
to him.
He did not send support. He did not check on her well-being. Instead, not long after she left, he married another woman from his workplace. When that woman became pregnant, celebration returned to the family as if nothing painful had happened before. I watched the happiness, but inside me, something broke. After she returned to her family house, silence followed. It was as if she had never been part of our lives. No one spoke about her anymore. No one asked how she was coping after being sent away without support. I could not understand how easily people moved on. 10 years of service disappeared like smoke. Out of concern, I began to ask her mother about her condition whenever I visited. That was how communication slowly began again. At first, it was only greetings passed through her mother. Later, short conversations. Nothing inappropriate. Nothing planned. Just two people speaking with honesty and respect. Over time, I saw the pain she carried. I saw the shame she was forced to wear for something she could not control. I saw how her confidence had been broken. I also saw her strength. She was rebuilding quietly, without bitterness. That was when my feelings changed. It was no longer just sympathy. It became admiration, respect, and eventually affection. I fought it. I prayed against it. I reminded myself of culture, family, and consequences. But feelings that are rooted in truth and compassion do not disappear easily. I realized that what I felt was not desire born of opportunity, but love born of understanding. 2 years after she left my brother's house, I finally spoke. I told her my feelings and asked her to consider marriage. Fear filled her eyes. She reminded me of my brother. She reminded me of tradition. She reminded me of trouble. I reminded her of her innocence. I reminded her that she deserved peace. When I told my family, reactions exploded. Accusations flew. Some insulted me. Some questioned my morals. But my mother stood firm. She spoke with wisdom and courage, reminding everyone of the woman's good character and unfair treatment. My brother reacted
You are a
with anger.
betrayal. You betrayed me.
He accused
I
me
didn't
of
do
betrayal.
anything to you, brother.
He told people I took his wife from him. Those words hurt deeply. How does one steal what was abandoned? How does one betray someone who first betrayed responsibility? Still, I remained calm. I knew my truth. Love does not grow from manipulation. We married openly, not in secrecy or shame. Elders were informed. Families were present. It was not easy, but it was honest. My brother cut communication with me, and I accepted that loss. Peace sometimes comes at a cost. In my home, healing began. My wife laughed again. Her shoulders relaxed. Fear slowly left her eyes. She became herself again. Our home was quiet but joyful. Respect ruled our marriage. Love was gentle. There was no pressure. No counting of months. No blame. Just companionship and patience. Then, one day, she became pregnant. Fear mixed with joy. When the doctor confirmed twins, I was speechless. After 10 years of waiting and suffering, life returned in abundance. 2 healthy boys arrived, filling our home with laughter. I watched her hold them with tears in her eyes. Not tears of pain, but healing. Every insult she endured lost its power that day, yet my brother still speaks badly. He still claims ownership. He still refuses accountability. I no longer respond. Silence has become my shield. I chose peace over pride. Some people may never accept responsibility. That is their burden, not mine. At night, when my children sleep beside their mother, I ask myself that question. Did I do wrong, or did I simply choose love when others chose rejection? My heart answers calmly. Love that heals cannot be wrong. If my offense is choosing a woman who was abandoned, then I accept it proudly. Because today, my home has peace, and my conscience is clear.